So in relationships, that guy who took the rebel option will largely be taking advantage of the girls that he's involved with. So, or he will always put his needs as the top priority, and they have to cater to that to him. And there's a lot of pickup stuff that focuses on being the rebel. So they basically, a lot of what, I'm going to get to that now, actually, the fixers who go to pickup learn how to become predators. So one thing that they're going to learn to do is to go hot and cold. This is called push-pull. They learn cocky funny, which is another version of push-pull. Hot and cold, coquette, okay, is the classical name for that style. And girls do that naturally, you know, and so sort of like in their whole monthly rhythm, it's already in there, hot and cold. And, you know, the drama thing. So guys learn how to create drama, you know, so they won't call it that, but basically that's what you do when you go push-pull. You create drama, and that makes a girl really interested. It hooks her. You know, all drama hooks human beings, by the way. And you don't want a life with no drama. That's also called passion, okay? But when it's good, so you got to understand where the drama comes from instead of just avoiding drama entirely. The guys who avoided drama entirely, I know guys like that. They either have no happiness they have no relationship, or no relationship where there's love. They might have a fuck buddy or something, or they get a wife who's far below what they would have showed off. And then they try to keep that on the down low and not let us know how ugly or dowdy their wife is. And the reason why he has that wife is because she's easily controlled, right? Because, well, you know, he's a predator, actually. He's learned to do that. And so here's some examples of rebel thinking. Reward good behavior, punish bad behavior. And they take the punishing bad behavior as really punishing. Well, obviously and always try to be in the one-up. I've been guilty of actually teaching these things. And they actually strengthen the rebel in his cause. Have shit going on that's not about her, and don't compromise and meet her, you know, on what she wants. Make her come to you. So these are good tactics for picking up chicks. These are good seduction tactics. But what they do is they just strengthen the rebel in his own neurosis. And it moves him further away from real connection. I've known rebels right now who are in relationships, and the woman has to be basically a nurse caretaker type of figure. She's got to basically be his mother, and really understanding. And if this guy, like, you can be a rebel and still be a good person. I don't want to paint them as all predators, but the predator is an extreme rebel. Okay, so, but you can have a rebel, and the rebel often throughout his life, a rebel who's a good person, throughout his life will be looking for escape. So this guy usually will be like countercultural. So maybe he's done some drugs, some alcohol, maybe has a criminal record, maybe he's gotten in some fights. These are all ways of the rebel acting out his childhood coping strategy to say fuck you to the man. The real man is his dad or mother. Or being a pimp. So a lot of the criminals obviously took the rebel route. And they might have, you know, a criminal with a heart of gold and all that, but his coping strategy is preventing him from actually connecting with other people. But who would be a great wife to this guy? Or, you know, a great mate? Would be a woman who's used to sacrificing. Who am I describing? This woman who's sacrificing. The fixer. So in fact, the rebel is the predator, and the fixer is going to be the girl, right? And so the rebels who suck with women, they're generally just having to learn how to manipulate people better. Okay, so it's just a poor predator. Then you teach them how to manipulate people better, and they get really good at that. It comes easier. Game will come definitely easier to the rebel than it would to a fixer or an achiever or a pleaser, because it's already sexy just to be the rebel. And then what they'll do is they'll activate a lot of girls who have abandonment issues because of their normal pattern of being. The rebel dude won't be very responsive over text message to her. And will be very liberal at punishing, you know, whether that's like actively lashing out or just disappearing. The rebel loves ghosting. It becomes easily for him. The rebel loves acting out as well. Like if he wants to show his temper, he can do that too, and just not give a fuck. He can not give a fuck very easily, and that's a very attractive thing. Actually, that'll hook people codependence in. So codependence will really pair well with this person. They can actually have a stable relationship if they're aware of their coping strategies and they just don't take them too far. So you get a well-meaning rebel in therapy, right? And then you get a well-meaning codependent in therapy, and they can have a relationship that is sustainable if the two of them realize that they shouldn't exploit the other one too badly. So the rebel knows he shouldn't take advantage of the nurse caretaker wife too much, and the nurse caretaker wife also has a ton of patience for the rebel and knows that he's just doing this because he's been hurt by dad or mom. So she doesn't take it personally, and she lets him cool down. And when he cools down, they can make love together again, and they just go back to normal stasis, right? So this can actually work, but it takes two very, very mature people, and they have to basically be so secure that in fact they only activate their rebel strategies or codependent strategies under great duress.